Are you wondering about how to navigate the TMDSAS application? Well, whether you're planning to apply to a DO or MD degree in Texas, you'll need to submit your applications using TMDSAS, the Texas Medical and Dental Schools Application Service. This unique medical school application process is meant to secure and meet the educational and medical needs of Texans first and foremost. Medical schools in Texas are not easily accessible to out-of-state or international students, even though some of them are considered to be the easiest medical schools to get into. So in this video, I'll tell you everything that you need to know about the TMDSAS, including its application components, how to fill out your employment and activities history, how to write stellar TMDSAS essays, and how to proceed with your TMDSAS secondaries. Hi, I'm Natalie Stoberman, and I'm an admissions associate here at BeMo. Before we get started, subscribe on whatever social media channel that you're watching this on so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. And if you'd like us to help you with your medical school application, visit bemomedapplication.com to schedule your free initial consultation. And FYI, check out the timestamps in the description of this video so you can navigate to specific sections that you're interested in. Here's what we're going to cover. What is TMDSAS? TMDSAS application components, residency confirmation, and supporting documentation. And we're giving away $50 Amazon gift cards every week to the best comments and questions. So comment below for your chance to win. And we also have some important advice on how to prepare a stellar TMDSAS application. And I'll talk about that throughout the video. So make sure that you watch the whole thing so you don't miss it. So let's get started. So what is the TMDSAS? The TMDSAS application is somewhat similar to AMCAS. There are components highly reminiscent of the AMCAS work and activities and most meaningful experiences sections, as well as the AMCAS personal statement. However, TMDSAS is distinct in many ways and has its own set of deadlines, components, and expectations for applicants. Many, but not all medical, dental, and veterinary schools in Texas utilize the TMDSAS. So it's up to the student to know which institutions do and do not use this unique application system. Here's an important note. For anyone wishing to apply to med school through TMDSAS should know that according to the latest medical school acceptance rates and DO school rankings, Texas medical schools give unprecedented preference to in-state applicants. And while there is a small number of out-of-state matriculants, the goal of prioritizing the local population and their educational needs is the reason why Texas has its own independent medical school application system. Only up to 10% of non-Texan residents can make up an incoming class, and this is done to ensure that Texas residents' medical education is the priority. So this video is meant to give you a summary of the key aspects of the TMDSAS application process for med school applicants. And students should still review the full application handbook for specific dates for each cycle and other key information about this multifaceted application service. Now let's talk about the TMDSAS application components. Aside from standard personal information, demographic information, education history, information about financial status, and the like, the TMDSAS requests all information on your educational history, employment, professional affiliations, and extracurriculars for med school. In addition, letters of evaluation, sometimes referred to as letters of recommendation, and information about any standardized tests may be required for your chosen discipline. But firstly, let's discuss transcripts and education information that you must provide. Transcripts can be arranged by the applicant, so long as they arrive in an official sealed envelope from the school's registrar and are less than a year old. TMDSAS also has a transcript request form, where you can submit an official request for transcripts to your educational institutions through the application system. You need to submit transcripts from all colleges and universities that you've attended in the US territories, and Canada. And note that the TMDSAS website recommends that applicants use this transcript request form to expedite processing of your transcripts and to ensure that there's no errors that could delay your application. Along with these transcripts, TMDSAS also requests that you include information on all institutions attended, coursework, marks as indicated in your transcript, and credit hours as part of the application process. The next important application component is the TMDSAS Employment and Activities section. By filling out your activities and their descriptions, there are different regulations depending on the program to which you're applying to, from medical, dental, to veterinary. Much of the application process up to this point is universal across programs, so you must be very careful to ensure that you're following the instructions specific to your desired program as you move forward in the process. Medical school applicants will need to focus on academic and non-academic recognition, leadership, employment, research, community service, and extracurricular activities. Many students struggle to determine which hobbies and leisure activities to include in their application. And if you need help with this section, definitely check out our AMCAS hobbies examples to get some ideas. I added the link in the description of this video so you can find it easily. But when it comes to entering your employment and activities items, you should include all relevant activities from the time of your high school graduation to present day, minus any gaps longer than 3 months. Then select one category that best describes each of your experiences. Healthcare and employment activities may be listed in both categories if the experience was a paid position. Otherwise, don't list the same experience in multiple categories. It is difficult to decide under which category to list your activities. However, you will have to choose the section that you feel best represents your experience. Each activity must be categorized and must include the full details of the activity. This includes your role, relevant start and end dates, location information, hours if available, and a brief description of the entry. Accuracy is very important in this section, and the best way to stay ahead of your employment and activities is to keep a record of what you do as you complete each activity. I highly advise that you start creating and maintaining a list in your first year of university if you're planning to apply to med school in the future. Having a clear and thorough record, including dates or contact information for supervisors, can save you so many headaches later as applications and workloads start to pile up. Each entry has space for 300 characters, and that's only 2 to 3 sentences, so keep in mind that space is a premium in this section, and you'll want to craft a clear and specific role or title for yourself that highlights your key function in each entry. I highly recommend that you use precise action verbs and concise language to summarize the most impactful aspects of your experience. On to the TMDSAS essays. So you know, 3 essays are required for your TMDSAS application, and your personal statement is the most challenging component of the entire application. So you should expect to spend the most time on this essay to set the bar high for your first impression with the admissions committee. Excellent personal essays explain who you are and why you want to be a doctor. They outline your values, motivations, and demonstrate what makes you the perfect candidate for medical school. Remember, it is crucial to show rather than tell what experiences prepared you for medical training and practice. So before you sit down and write your personal statement, you might want to read some TMDSAS personal statement examples to get an idea of what's expected. You can also read medical school personal statement examples and AMCAS personal statement examples to see the quality of thought and writing that's required of any medical school applicant. I also added a link to these blogs below so that you can find the articles quickly. In addition to your personal statement, you'll also have to complete the TMDSAS personal characteristics essay. This is your chance to reflect on your journey and circumstances that make you a unique candidate for medical school. So don't simply tell your story without linking it back to your decision to become a doctor. Your essay should demonstrate what others can learn from you and what personal experiences can broaden your classmates' horizons. Not everyone in your class will have experience living in a different country or even serving in the army. And not everyone will know what subsidized housing or a free meal program is. And few get to represent their country in international sports events. So reflect on your life and consider what circumstances could be composed into a great narrative. Remember that each one of your essays for your TMDSAS application must be excellently written with no grammatical mistakes. So revise and rewrite your essay as many times as necessary. You only have 2,500 characters to make a memorable statement about your journey to medical school. So make sure to keep in mind the essay's prompt and consider your experiences from another person's perspective. Also, part of your TMDSAS application is the optional essay. But it's important to note that the optional essay really isn't that optional. Choosing to dismiss this portion of the application may be used against you in the weeding out process. The optional essay is your chance to provide the ADCOMS with a deeper understanding of who you are as an applicant and who you are as a person. Many students don't know how to approach this essay, as the prompt is very open-ended and lacks a specific question which the applicants must answer. The beauty and difficulty of the optional essay is that the topic can be about anything. So you have to spin it and look at it as an opportunity. This is your time to be creative and impress your admissions committee. And there is an additional essay for those applying to a dual degree program. If you're applying to the DDS PhD, DO PhD, or MD PhD programs, you'll need to submit an essay detailing your motivation to pursue the combined degree. The content of your essay will outline your research experience, interests, and career goals in relation to your desired program. If you're applying to combined PhD programs, your essay should speak to your abilities, experiences, and suitability to pursue research. And make sure you don't come off as indecisive and unable to choose between the two. You must show that you understand and appreciate the intricate relationship between medicine and science, and that you're willing to dedicate the next 7 to 8 years of your life to medical research. While your personal statement typically focuses on why you want to be a doctor, your MD PhD essay should demonstrate your experiences and interests that combine scientific research and medical practice. Now let's discuss the next important component of the TMDSAS application, Residency Confirmation. The state of Texas limits the number of non-residents who can go to med school to 10%. So at the time of your application, you'll be categorized as either a resident or non-resident of Texas and placed into either of those applicant pools. Just keep in mind that not all schools or programs that use the TMDSAS will consider international applicants. So some will only review and consider applicants who are U.S. citizens or legal permanent residents. And whether or not you are a resident of the state of Texas will impact your application's consideration and the school tuition that you'll pay if you're accepted. State residency is determined by one of two processes: residency through high school graduation, or residency by establishing domicile. If you've not lived in Texas for long, have not lived there at all, or have lived there previously but not recently, you must carefully review the standards for establishing and proving residency. Residency determinations are made at the time of application, and if there is a change in your residency after applying, you are responsible for notifying all schools of such a change. This may result in reclassification of your application based on each school's individual regulations and discretions. Now we need to talk about supporting documentation. To fully complete your TMDSAS application, you'll need to submit some additional documents. Firstly, applicants must upload a digital photo that's essentially a headshot. It needs to be forward-facing, in a professional attire, and with good, clear lighting. Then you'll need your test scores for either the MCAT, CASPER, or both, depending on the requirements of the schools that you applied to. The number of reference letters is also determined by individual requirements from the schools that you're applying to. And generally, these letters are written by evaluators who know you well and who have the capacity to evaluate you academically and personally. Most evaluators will be professors who can speak to your specific competencies in the discipline, your academic achievements and strengths, your personality, and so on. Each letter of evaluation should be completed on official letterhead, must include the contact information of the evaluator and the signature of the evaluator as well. If any of these criteria are not met, the letter will not be accepted as part of your application. Applicants to medical programs must have 3 individual letters or 1 health professions committee letter packet. And you also have the option to submit 1 extra letter for the ADCOMS to consider. Even when you've submitted all of the required components for your TMDSAS application, you're still not quite finished yet. You must continuously update your application with each term, sending updated transcripts after you complete your terms, reviewing prescribed coursework to ensure that you're staying on top of the required coursework for your field, and updating your coursework history to reflect newly completed, planned, or in-progress courses as you complete your education. On top of that, you really should be checking your application to ensure everything is received, processed, and updated accurately. But most of all, you really should be keeping an eye on your applications to look for any secondary invitations or materials to complete. These secondary documents and any additional fees are sent directly to the school, not to TMDSAS. So when you've completed your secondaries and are ready to submit them, these documents should be sent directly to the appropriate schools, not the TMDSAS portal. Here's one last important note regarding secondaries. Each medical school participating in TMDSAS will have its own procedure for secondary applications, and it's important to remember that you're responsible for your secondaries. Some schools will send out emails to invite you to complete the secondary application, while others will give you no notification. To submit your secondary application for some of these schools, you will be personally responsible to create your own login account. So in this case, don't wait for the email invites from schools to come in before you submit. That's our breakdown of the TMDSAS application. Check out our blog for more details on the application and a thorough list of the schools that use the TMDSAS portal. I've included the link in the description of this video for easy access. And if you'd like us to help you with your medical school application, check out BeMoMedApplication.com to schedule your free initial consultation. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, so please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. And if you have any questions about TMDSAS that I didn't cover, let me know in the comment section and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And don't forget that we're giving away $50 Amazon gift cards every week to the best comments and questions. So comment below for your chance to win. Thanks for watching and see you next time.